Only the beginning of a very wet 3 days. We have heavy rounds of rain over the next 3 days. That's why I want to bring in Harris County meteorologist Jeff Lindner, who joins us live. Good morning, Jeff. Thank you so much for joining us this early on a Monday.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. So, Jeff, when people hear the potential of 3, 4, 6 inches of rain over the next 3 days, immediately flooding concerns begin. Now, we're used to that here in Houston. Are we expecting anything more than just a few high water spots?
Yeah, the good news is exactly what you said. We're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of rain over a 3-day period and not in 1 or 2 hours. And if it were in that shorter time range, we'd be much more concerned about the flood potential. We think for the most part, we'll be able to handle this rainfall over the next couple of days. Yes, we will see some rises on our creeks and bayous, but we are not anticipating any significant flooding or any house or structure flooding with the rainfall we're expecting. We could have some high water spots, some roadway flooding, some street flooding at times if we get some of those heavier rains, and of course those flood prone areas where we typically see high water pond up. That's where we could have some issues. So if your route typically takes you through an area where you see some flooding, be aware of that this week over the next couple of days as we see these rains move across the area.
Thank you. We always love to hear from you, especially during any potential of these flooding events. Now, we are just coming off of this hard freeze. Could that make the ground respond any differently to the rain we're expecting over the next couple of days?
Yeah, kind of a unique situation we're in right now. Typically, when we talk about heavy rain and flooding, we're in the summer months, the warm months. But this is January, and yes, we just came off of the very cold week we just had, and so that does make the ground a little bit harder and less absorbent of rainfall. On top of that, we do not have a lot of vegetation, out there at the moment. So most of the vegetation is dormant or dead from the freezes, and so that does increase the runoff potential. But we still think, even with that in place, we will be able to handle what the rainfall and the runoff we're expecting. So yes, we will see some rises on the creeks and bayous, but we are not anticipating any widespread flooding. Good idea to check back as we go through the week to see how these rainfall totals pile up and if any particular watersheds, especially the big rivers, respond to this. With the widespread nature of the rain, this will tend to impact the rivers a lot more than some of the other streams and creeks.
Jeff, we always love to hear from you, especially on events like this. We are expecting the potential for some heavy rain, but models are still really split. So like Jeff just said, make sure you're staying really close to this forecast over the next couple of days. It's a good idea to always check in the morning and the evening. Jeff, thank you so much for your time. You can stay up to date on any high water spots and check the live radar with the KHOU 11 mobile app. So make sure you turn your notifications on so then that way we can push those on to you for any severe weather alerts.